Hi, and welcome back to my channel at Also Victoria, where I'm a part-time reseller on Etsy, eBay, and Poshmark, and I sell vintage, primarily vintage, and some mall brands, modern wear, all different price ranges, depending on what I find, what's given to me, that sort of thing. So I'm going to go over my sales in the last 2 weeks of October. Um, so I had 29 sales, and let me give you the figures here. So my gross sales for those 2 weeks was $744.37, and my fees were $135.39, and my cost of goods were $44.13, and my net profit for those 2 weeks was $564.85. So I sold 4 items in my Etsy Cameron D shop, where I sell collectibles, for a total of $86. 4 items in my Etsy shop, vintage, also Victoria, for $115. 9 items on Poshmark for $320, and 12 items on eBay for a total of $310.16. My Also Victoria vintage shop, in Etsy, I sold this Chinese style russet top for $18. I don't know when I got it or where I picked it up. I had listed it in June of this year. And then on eBay, I sold this LA Soul blue dog dress for $20. This was given to me by my daughter's friend, who was having a yard sale, and let me know to come over and browse through her yard sale stuff that hadn't sold. So I had listed this in September of this year, so it took a month to sell. And it went to Puerto Rico. And then on Poshmark, I sold this Robin's Nest maternity top for $12. Got a really nice review on that, or feedback on that, and that was given to me by my daughter. I listed it May of this year. So it took about 5 months for that to sell. And also on Poshmark, I sold this Jonah Michelle Girls holiday dress for $16. I had picked this up at the Goodwill here in town for $3 in June of this year, and just listed it this month, and so it sold not too long. It didn't take long for that to sell. And on Poshmark, I sold these Coach puffer boots for $76. These were given to me by my daughter, and I think somebody gave them to her. And I listed these on January of this year. And on eBay, I sold a Speedo hot pink one-piece swimsuit for $25. I don't know where I got it or how long I've had it, and I listed it May of this year, so it took 5 months to sell. And then on my vintage Etsy shop, I sold this vintage Liberty House men's t-shirt for $18. Cost me about $1.23 in a bulk buy at an estate sale back in 2019, and I don't know when I listed it, but I think I listed it sometime this year. And on Poshmark, I sold these cabbie jeans for $19. They cost me $1 at Angel of Hope thrift store in Eureka, California. And I picked them up January of this year, and I listed them March of this year. And then I'm back on eBay. I sold this Bakelite shaver for $27. It cost me 25 cents at a yard sale in Rogue River, which is the town north of me. We were just out and about going to the river, maybe. I don't know, just adventuring. And I listed it September of this year, so it took a month for that to sell. And I think I had it listed for 34, and somebody offered me 27, so I accepted. And on Etsy vintage shop, I sold this Andrino Argentgetti yellow golf sweater for $34. I did pay up for this at an artist emporium here in town. That's where you have all the booths. You get all those little antique booths, but you can sell other stuff at the emporium. Anyway, I picked it up for $15 because I thought it was very unique, and I listed it April of this year. And over on Poshmark, I sold this Jeffrey Bean navy um, silk wrap skirt for $26. This belonged to me. I used to wear it to work, so it was part of my wardrobe that I am weeding out because I don't go to a job anymore. I stay home. I stay home at work. And so I listed this in February of last year. I'm surprised it took so long to sell because it was a really nice skirt. And then on eBay, I sold this K.E. Kin. That's the signature on this Mexican pottery, Tonella pottery, salt and pepper shakers for $20. They cost me 75 cents at the senior center in Cave Junction, which is the town on the way to the coast. And picked them up in June and listed them in July. In fact, they had a lot of Tonella pottery from Mexico. Some signed, some not. All very inexpensive. And as I'm gathering it up and buying it, she said, "Oh, there was a lady in here just before you, and she bought a bunch of it. And then all this other stuff got brought out." And she had actually, the cashier had went out to try to get a hold of the lady before she left to let her know that a bunch more of the pottery had come out and was on the shelves, but she couldn't catch her. So I got it. So I was able to get it. And then in my Cameron D collectible Etsy shop, I sold these woven coasters, these 8 Mexican woven coasters for $18. They cost me $1. Picked them up 2 years ago at the Gleaners, I believe in Bandon over on the coast. And then I just listed them October of this year, so they took about a week for these to sell. And then on eBay, I sold this Van Heusen sweater vest for $18.95. I picked it up at that fella's Quonset hut on the highway of 101 over in Brookings in July of this year and listed it September. So this only took a week to sell. And the buyer asked if I could ship it priority. He needed it. So he ordered it kind of in midweek and needed it by that Friday, or maybe he ordered it on Monday. And he said that my eBay listing wasn't allowing him to do priority for some reason. I don't understand. And anyway, he wanted it for his daughter. His daughter wanted it for a costume. And so I went in and I flipped around the listing and did a priority, so he was able to buy it, and he thanked me, and he gave me a very nice review or feedback on that. And on eBay, I sold this Eileen Fisher black velvet maxi dress, and this one sold fast, pretty fast, in a few days. I sold it for $58.99, and I picked this up at a church sale here in Medford, in a town not too far from here. Listed it this month. It was a very nice, well, it's Eileen Fisher, very nice dress. And then in my vintage Etsy shop, I sold this Coquette 60s shirt dress for $45. Cost me $1.23 at an estate sale, so it was a bulk buy back in 2 years ago, and I listed it last year, in November last year. So it took about a year for this to sell. And then on eBay, I sold this Satori hemp brown t-shirt. It was distressed, but it was really cool. And I sold it for $16.99. I don't know where I got it. I don't know. I listed it this month, so it took about a week for this to sell. I think maybe the brand might be a collectible brand these days, so I don't know. And then on Etsy, in my collectible shop, I sold the Santa cookie jar for $15. That's what I had originally priced it way back when. I picked it up in 2012 for 15 cents at a yard sale. It was a school function yard sale, so I picked it up for 15 cents. And I listed it last year, but it seems like I had it listed longer than that, but maybe last year, because I picked it up in 2012. I don't know. And then in the same shop, I sold this also signed Tonella Christmas ornament for $35. Uh, well, it wasn't signed. It just said Jamar Tonella Christmas ornament. So I sold it for $35. It cost me 25 cents in that Mexican pottery, Tonella pottery at the senior center in Cave Junction. And I just listed it September, so it only took a month to sell. And then also in the same vintage Etsy shop, I sold these plastic geese, 1980s geese with the kids for $18. They cost me 50 cents. I picked them up also in the senior center, Cave Junction, same place, different time though. I picked them up in January, and I listed them in January. So they took 10 months to sell about. And then on Poshmark, I sold these Levi 501 button front jeans for $40. They were given to me by my daughter. Listed them in March of this year. So they took about 5 months to sell. And then on Poshmark, I sold this Fox light green corduroy mini skirt for $10, also given to me by my daughter. And I don't know when I had listed it, but probably sometime around the same time. On eBay, I sold the soft surrounding wool jacket for $46.99. Cost me $3 at that senior center in Cave Junction on the way to the coast, the same time. January this year, listed it in March of this year. And then on Poshmark, I did a bundle of this boutique essential sweater. It was a black and white striped cardigan, very nice quality. In fact, she left me feedback mentioning about what good quality that sweater was. So I sold that in the bundle together. It was $35 with this UMG kimono waterfall kimono, new with tags. And so the sweater was about $15 and the kimono was about $20. And so the sweater was given to me by a neighbor, so there was no cost of the goods there. And the kimono was a retail arbitrage, and it cost me $7.50. And let's see, so I just listed the sweater, so it only took 2 days for that to sell. And then the kimono was listed since May of this year. I'm sorry, May of this year. And the last 4 items over on eBay, I sold this Lands End pink vest for $25. Cost me $2 at Miranda's Thrift in Eureka, one of my favorite thrift stores in Eureka. In fact, there's 2 favorite. So I picked that up January of this year, listed it February this year, and so it finally sold on the 30th, last of October. And then on eBay, I sold this Natural Life Volkswagen mug for $19.99. I don't know how much I paid for it. I think I paid for $1 or $2, and I can't remember where I got it. And it seems like I got it somewhere, maybe even at Miranda's thrift store, but I can't remember. And I listed it August of this year, and I got really nice feedback on that. He said it was a really nice mug. And then also on eBay, I sold this Calvin Klein olive green burnout tee for $8. I picked it up at a yard sale for $1.40, I guess. And I picked it up in September 2 years ago and listed it May of this year. And the last thing on eBay, the last thing that sold this month, in October, was this black tooled crossbody handbag. It looked brand new. I think it was from Mexico or Indonesia. Yeah, it was in Indonesia, crossbag, for $16.99, and I paid $4.99 at the Goodwill 2 years ago. And I listed it in October on the 13th, so it took about 2 weeks to sell once I listed it. Okay, so that's all 29 items for the last 2 weeks in October. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button and subscribe if you like what sold or haul videos or adventure videos. And because I have a few more coming up. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Okay, bye.